Hello, I am continuing back on the Conticast, and I am joined with another special guest I have here today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Um, my name is my name isn't, but my username is MisterSophisticated. Uh, what should I introduce? Is this going to be related to Phantom Forces?
Yeah, it's just going to be related to PF.
All right. I am I guess an old gen by now comp player. I joined in CPFO season 5, which should be like around 2 years ago. I think December 2018, and now I'm here, I guess.
Thank you. So you basically just answered my first question of when you joined. How long have you been playing PF?
Uh, I actually started playing PF around the time it was created on my little cousin's account. Her username was like Twilight Sparkle 500 or something like that. And so I started playing PF on her account because she showed the game to me basically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was like, dang, this game is like really good. I mean, especially back in 2015 when it
Mm-hmm.
was released, it was pretty revolutionary, I guess. So
Right.
uh, I after that, I created my own Roblox account in 2015,
Mm-hmm.
um, so I could play more Phantom Forces, and that's pretty much the only Roblox game I play nowadays. I mean, sometimes I dip into other things,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, yeah, that's basically it.
And now, do you still play PF like main game, or has that stopped for you?
Uh, what have other people said about that? I definitely stopped playing main game around the time. Well, it was on and off for me.
Mm-hmm.
Every every competitive cycle, I just honestly only play comp PF and stop playing main game. And
Mm-hmm.
then whenever it died down, I'd go back to main game. But
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, I don't even go back to main game.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not for me, I guess, the changes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, this is the first time I've asked this question, so you were the first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, dipping into your competitive career, you said how long you've been here, but can you talk about like the difference between back then and back now? Like, was it easier to dip your toes into competitive PF back then compared to now?
Um, well, I'd say a lot has changed. I don't think it's easier or harder to get into PF nowadays. I think it's pretty much there's pretty much always been a huge skill gap between the lower tier players and the higher tier players.
Mm-hmm.
And even with all the extra movement and stuff that we have now, like I'm sure people would disagree with me because of all the new stuff that we have, but I think it's just as hard to get into as it was back then.
Mm-hmm.
Just because some people are better at PF, I guess, naturally.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, we talked a little bit about getting into PF. So can you talk about like what was the first team you were ever on, if you ever remember? Like what was it? Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So I even though I joined in CPFO season 5, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't actually start playing until season 6. And back in season 6 there are about 20 new gen teams.
Mm-hmm.
So and like
That's a
four,
lot.
yeah, and then like four teams that were actually experienced.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, oh yeah, hundreds of people joined. I remember now. Hundreds of people joined CPFO because of God Status's like new video
Okay.
advertising it at the
Mm-hmm.
time. And so the first team I joined was a team called the Killers, and it was run by like this 12-year-old boy from Russia. And then
Okay.
we somehow got yeah, we somehow got oh man, who is it? We got like a really good player. Oh no, we got Harsh to sub in for us. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yes, Harsh from YGGC, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And our very first scrim, we got him to sub in for us, and we got stomped so hard, and he was absolutely flaming us. It was like, how can you guys be so bad at the game? And then like, bro, we have like two 12-year-olds, and then like people who've never played the game before. So like, I don't know. We were up against Elite Toes too, who had won like season 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our first scrim. They just absolutely destroyed us.
Right, right.
I think it was Forest Fire, Cheppers, Luminous, Real Tech, and Dewey or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably have the screenshot somewhere, but yeah. They basically that was my first PF experience,
And
and
did that like demotivate you from ever wanting to play again, or was it like, how was it? Like, did you just get stomped and you were like, I want to try and be as good as these players, or were you just like, I don't want to play anymore?
oh well, I was kind of not at all affected by it.
Oh,
I guess
okay.
I guess I'm kind of weird like that, but like
Right.
I mean to be honest, it's been 7 years and I'm still pretty bad at the game, so um, it would be obvious that I'm not affected by something like that. But
Right.
the thing was, when that happened, um, like the reason I joined comp in the first place, other than the God status video,
Mm-hmm.
was because I watched season 5 finals live, like CPFO,
Mm-hmm.
and then that was like so like hype and awesome to me, and like I just wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be like, I guess on the big screen. I don't know. That's not really. There's only 20 people watching or something, but I wanted to be like that, right? I
Right.
wanted to.
Yeah.
I saw like Nico and Jakeinator playing on rig and stuff and making crazy plays, and
Mm-hmm.
like, you probably don't know this guy, but like Sig or something. I think that was his name. He was commentating, and
Mm-hmm.
that was like, I was like, wow. If I can get to that level and then have people be like super hype about all the plays that I'm making, like that's all I want. So when I got stumped, I was like, it's not really relevant to my goal. Like
Right.
I'm I'm just gonna keep going and then try and see if I can get to the top.
Okay. That's amazing. We need more people like that, but you know. So now that we've talked about your first team, can you talk? We talked a little bit about Chaos. I mentioned I thought that was Chaos Point Man's team, but you said it was your team, or was I misunderstanding that?
Okay, so that Chaos Pointman was is the owner. So Chaos was not just a competitive team; it was
Right.
also a clan in PF.
Oh,
And
okay.
so Chaos Pointman was the leader of that clan,
Mhm.
and he owned the competitive team too.
Mhm.
But um, the ownership, yeah, back then, like things changed hands a lot. So like the competitive team wasn't always just run by Pointman.
Mhm.
He also gave people like captain responsibilities, I guess, over the years.
Mhm.
And so in season 8 and season 9, he basically handed it over to me and War Spirals.
Mhm. Okay. And what went into that? Like, how did you take that ownership and build a team like that and build a team of players like that?
Uh, so basically, oh man, I'm trying to remember right now. Um, let's see, that would have been a year after I started playing.
Mhm.
So let me just run through the teams I was on.
Okay.
The Killers, and then after that, I was on the Drifters. That was also season 6. Cause oh yeah, our team, like the Killers, it
Mhm.
disbanded like immediately after we got stomped.
Oh man, they didn't
So I
even get to
just
play.
yeah. So I mean, a lot of teams got disbanded just because Ford was running through them. Have you
Mm.
heard of Ford?
I have heard of Ford, yes.
Yeah. For the anyone who's listening who doesn't know, they basically went like 40-0 that season, and so all the new gens who got inspired to join by God status just left
Just
immediately. But um, anyway, um, the Killers, the Drifters, and then I was on Inferost. And somewhere along the way, I just met War Spirals, and that's basically how I got connected to those guys.
Mhm.
So actually, before the Killers disbanded, we actually had a scrim with Chaos as well. That was their season 6 team, not their season 8 team.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I think over time I just became friends with War Spirals. I don't really remember how it happened, but basically he invited me onto Chaos, and it was just me, him, and a guy named Kinetic
Mhm.
and also Blue Moo, or Scotati TV, whatever his name
Okay.
is now.
I remember that guy. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And so are those the teams that you mentioned, did you build any of those teams yourself, or were those teams that you just joined?
So I was the captain of uh basically all of them, I guess,
Okay.
but I didn't create them. They basically put me as like a team rep, and I did all the,
Mhm.
captain responsibilities.
Okay. Okay. And did that weigh on you? Like, did that give you any pressure to be like, oh, I have to manage this team and every season as well? Like, because I know some people, for them it's like it's a lot of pressure managing a team like that. Like, and you have to set up the scrims, you have to schedule the matches. Like, did that weigh on you at all or no?
I think the scheduling stuff for me was pretty easy,
Mm-hmm.
especially because I like doing like stuff like that in real life, like doing spreadsheets and stuff like that. But
Uh-huh.
the hardest thing about owning a team, I guess, is like managing the morale.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I don't have the greatest track record, and pretty much all the teams I run just get close to last place. So I think the hardest thing about managing a team is trying to not is making everybody at least have like a little bit of fun. But I'm not really bothered by any of the other things like scheduling or like uh, arguing with the staff of
Mm-hmm.
whatever league it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can do all that.
Okay. Now, let's skip to were you, by the way, just one question. Were you there for Chaos Season 1 of SCL or no? Is that not?
I was not on Chaos. I was just there as a spectator in season one, I think.
Okay. Okay. So, considering you've been through so many eras of PF, right? And you've played with some of the greats, do you think that the greats of today, like Pulse Drop, Nick, um, Remster, do you think any of these players hold a candle to some players, some of the greats back then?
Um, well, it really depends, because even in terms of legacy, I think Pulse Drop and Nick, and even like Oscar, who doesn't play anymore,
Mm-hmm.
they definitely have just they had more time to get more things under their belt, so to speak. So, uh, they the thing with like older players is like I would only rate them high if we could somehow time travel and bring Pulse and Nick back into the past and then see how they would play. Because I don't think the old players, if they joined now, could do anything
Right.
to someone on the level of Pulse.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now let's shift into SCL. You were an SCL staff, correct?
Yep.
And did you agree with everything that the SCL staff did, or did you think there were other ways that they could have taken, like they could have approached things?
Well, that's they did a lot of wrong things. So let me think back on that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, in general, I kind of like the way they ran things, especially like on the community side.
Right.
So the moderation was like way more strict than what we have in PFMM right now. You can't just spam the N word and get away with it, for example. Um, that was fine, I guess, even though yeah, that was fine. But stuff like every season there would be some crazy big drama, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think any season has been run well at all ever.
Oh, well, okay. Um, were there some really big failures, like outside of obviously them failing the league? Do you think there was any failure that if they weren't so abrasive, it could have they could have like they could have avoided?
Uh, yeah. Let me think. It's been a while. Let me try to remember.
I see it has been a while.
Are you gonna edit out this long silence?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Um, dang, what even happened? Wait,
I
season
don't.
two.
There was like that season 2 drama with ID and PR.
Oh yeah, that. Okay, that. Uh, okay, this is gonna be like a hot take, I guess, or
Okay.
maybe it won't. I don't know. I think even though Roman macroed or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I think PR should have won just because they were the better team. I
Right.
don't think they should have been I mean, they should have been disqualified, but also gotten the trophy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think, because I don't think it's right to just give, um, a season win to the shittier team. That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
And even without Roman, I'm pretty sure PR would have won anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And then let's see, season 3. Um,
Um,
was
there,
that Bryce?
yeah, that was I think Bryce. I think that was
Oh wait,
late
yeah, it
season
was
two.
kind of in the middle or
Yeah,
before that.
that was season
Yeah,
two with Bryson Sinon. But let's be honest, it was about his time to go.
yeah.
It was about his time.
I don't disagree with any of that
Right.
stuff.
Well, I mean, if I listen, that was his fault. If we're gonna be honest, but
Uh huh.
so let's move on to the current draft and this team that you've become a captain for again, WigPad. Can you talk about the origin of WigPad because you said it existed before?
All right, so Nolan, um, back in 2020 or something, he was running a league called PFDL,
Mm-hmm.
which is like Phantom Forces Draft League,
Yes.
and then he, I don't remember what season it was, but he was asking the captains for what their team name and like team color was and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was basically like what we did this year with like a sign up sheet. And
Mm-hmm.
so he was going around pinging all the captains to ask them what their team color, team name was, and stuff like that. And so I was just trying to troll him, and I just made up the most absurd name, and I pinged him, and I wasn't even a captain for that season, and he actually put it in for like a second, and I was like, uh, yeah, I just remembered that randomly this year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just wanted to make it real.
Awesome. And so, what was the thought process behind the team that you've built? Because you've built a pretty powerful team here. So, can you explain like what did you have in mind when you were going
Okay.
into when you were building this during the draft?
Well, the original plan that I had got completely thrown out the window. So let me explain what happened.
Okay.
Um, Basically, uh, the closer we got to the draft, right, the more solidified my plan became. I was just gonna take. So basically, Pulse made like this mock draft, right,
Mm-hmm.
with the, and I was gonna basically follow that to the T, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But then, when things got down to it, let's see. The first round, I drafted Build. That was the plan. I wasn't really sure.
Whoa, that wasn't the plan. Who were you gonna
That
draft?
was the plan.
Oh, that was the plan. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure if I was gonna trade him for anyone, because the thing is, I was even considering someone like Carbon or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but like the scheduling for this is just so weird. Because like, for example, Carbon can't make it to the entire group stages. So like, if I picked him, I would just lose
Mm-hmm.
the first few rounds and get knocked out or something. And then if I picked, well, Corrin just kept bothering me about not picking him, so I just decided I didn't want to deal with that. And then so the only options left were Paradigm,
Mm-hmm.
and then Bill decided that he wanted to play for some reason, so then I just chose Build over him.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, he can't even show up to, I think, Saturdays
Okay.
at all. So I was kind of fucked anyway,
Mm-hmm.
because like if I get people who don't show up, like what's the point, right?
Right.
But so I was thinking I could just take Build and then trade him for someone who could actually play in on Saturdays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least like two people who could actually play, right? So that's why I picked Build as my first. And then if I can't trade him, he'll just be like the best player on my team, so it's a win-win, right?
Right.
And so it was me and Build sitting in the Wigpad VC, and the second round came, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now I the next name on my list is Polar, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing great in pro queue and regular queues, dropping like 70 sometimes, I guess. But yeah, he's just a great shooter and stuff like that. So I was gonna pick him, and then I asked Build, "Hey, what do you think?" And then he goes, "Nah, let's choose Wally. Wally's better."
Let's
And I'm like,
choose
"Okay,
Wally.
so I have a choice, right?
Yeah.
I can go with my gut and pick Polar,
Mm-hmm.
or I can listen to the guy who is, better than me." So
Right.
I chose that. And so we just have Build and Wally, and he's hating this. Wally is hating this because he wants to be with Roman, okay?
Right.
In fact, everyone on my team wants to be with Roman,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Everyone. And so I'm just stuck with, the rounds go by, and I'm asking them, like, hey guys, because my plan was already out of the window by then, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to, instead of sticking to the plan, I just need to pick people who they want, right? Who my
Right.
team wants.
Right.
And so I asked Build and Wally, hey, who should we get? There's Corey, Dakota, Blind, Ready, Lemonhead. You know, those are all the next picks on the
Right.
draft. And then Build is like, all right, let's go with Lemonhead, right?
Right, right.
And so I pick him, and then everyone,
And
especially Paradigm, I don't
that
know
was
where
a
the fuck
big
he's
upset
on his
for a
fucking
lot of
Paradigm on his high horse or some shit. It's like, why the fuck did you pick him? And I was like, what do you mean? They want me to pick him, okay? What you want me to? And oh, the stupidest fucking thing was Malt. Okay, Malt.
Right.
He said, this is what he said.
Hmm.
I might not show up because I don't have a house to play in.
Right.
And then fucking Misty picks him next. And then I'm like, I thought he unregistered from the draft.
Hmm.
And then and then Malt's in the fucking YouTube chat like, I never said that, motherfucker. And the fuck you. Okay, sorry. Anyway, uh, so I get shafted, I guess. Lemonhead instead of Malt or instead of Dakota or instead of Corey. Corey's been doing well. I don't know why the fuck I didn't pick him.
Hmm.
And then the fourth round comes along, right?
Hmm.
And I'm like, okay, clearly, like just look at the fourth round. If you look at the fourth row, it's like Epic, Andre, Thinkernet, Kaiokis, Cat Derp, and Dakota, right?
Right.
Now clearly, Epic, Thinkernet, Kaiokis, and Cat Derp are not on the level of fucking Dakota, right? So I
Right.
pick him.
Wait, no.
And then
Reddy's in the
everyone
fourth.
clowns me again.
Reddy's in the
Everyone clowns
fourth.
me again because you
Wait.
know what? They fucking hate Dakota. My team hates Dakota. I
Right.
didn't know this. Why don't you fucking tell me before I fucking pick him?
Right. Right. Right.
Anyways, I picked Dakota,
You do.
and then like the team is in shambles. We have Wally, we have Lemonhead, we have Dakota. Build and Lemonhead, they hate Dakota. They want him off, but I just fucking picked him. And then Wally wants off because he wants to go to PR. And then Lemonhead wants to go to PR. And then I pick Sam, and he wants to go to PR. And then Nokia wants to go to RMC. And I'm like, motherfucker. So
Right.
I just like I don't know. I just should have stuck with the plan. Should have stuck with Pulse's mock draft.
Hmm.
I don't know, but in terms of how much faith I have in them, I honestly think the snacks trade was good for me, and I don't know why, but people also clowned on me for that. I
Right.
just I can't play with Wally, who's just pretending and faking to be an emo guy just so he can get off my team. I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm just gonna fucking pick snacks, Dragon Ball Durag, Ready. They have uh their comms aren't good. I mean, Lemonhead's comms are good,
Hmm.
but the FLJ thing, the FLJ roster is pretty decent at getting kills, right?
Hmm.
It's Build, Snacks, Ready. They were on FLJ before
Right.
in PFFL, and so yeah, oh yeah, what was I saying? The how much faith I have in
Yeah.
them?
How much
I
faith?
think I think they're gonna do fine in the actual tournament. It's just I think we just have some problems with like general chemistry
Right.
somehow, even though they were on the same team before. That doesn't make sense to me. But like for example, I'm watching the scrims in the free cam, right?
Hmm.
Because I'm not a starter.
Right.
So things will happen where like I don't like blame Reddy or anything, but like for example, in terms of like team chemistry,
Hmm.
Reddy's just gonna be like out on his own and trying to like hunt people,
Hmm.
and then failing, and then the rest of my team are just like spread out around the map instead of like actually going together in the
Right.
same lane, which I don't understand
Hmm.
because these guys are supposed to be fucking good, right?
Hmm.
But anyway,
And do you
uh,
think, by the way, do you think that's what made Jack and Joe? That is the name, Jack and Joe, right? Jack and
yeah,
Jack and. Do you think that's what made Jack and Joe able to go so far because you guys had a lot of chemistry together? Like when we were watching you play with you, Polar, Sin, and all of them, we were, it was like watching a masterclass. You were so in tune with each other. It was amazing to see. Do you think the synergy of Jack and Joe is what you guys need in Wigpad?
oh definitely. I think that's the only thing missing. I think we just need um to we just need to work together a little more. I
Mm-hmm.
think uh in terms of like team relationships, I think we're doing fine, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like anyone on the team actually dislikes each other that much.
Right.
It's just like we don't really talk to each other that much. And that is, I guess, a part of synergy is also being friends with people. And, I think these guys, they're nice to each other, but they're not really like talking
Friends.
every
Yeah.
day and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I think Jake and Joe, we just had we had a lot more team culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that really affected our playing because we were so in tune with each other, especially on like Neon Hardpoint and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That map against L9, that was pretty you know, that was some great teamwork on our part. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how to train that. I don't know how to improve that yet. Maybe it'll happen before this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hoping, honestly.
Okay. And so Wigpad is. Do you think Wigpad's gonna go far? You said you believe in your team. Do you believe in them to go far?
I what I believe is that we're not gonna get last place.
Okay. Okay. That's all we need. But synergy. Speaking of synergy, I just want to bring this up. People think Scalies. The last few guests that I've had on my podcast think Scalies is the worst team, but I think that their synergy is going to take them far. Do you agree with me? Since synergy is a big part of why you think Wigpad isn't doing what they should in their scrims. Do you think Scalies synergy can bring them to at least compete or to the top?
Well, I disagree with the premise because I don't think Scalies have that much synergy,
Okay.
especially compared to other teams. I
Mhm.
just looking at the screenshots, at least the ones that they've made public,
Mhm.
I don't really think they're the best at um but hmm wha- yeah, I don't think they're on par with some of the other teams.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. And now picking Nick was a no-brainer, obviously, but he did complain a lot about that he wasn't going to play. Was that a fear for you?
Uh kind of.
Mhm.
So in the past, like I've been a captain of a draft league before, right?
Mhm.
And so people, I mean, they pretty much did that on every team that I've been captain of. Like people would just refuse to play. And so if Nick refused to play,
You just trade him
I
off.
I mean, I'm just like whatever. I mean, we have the December tournament and
Right.
I'm not going to cap up for that one cuz this one's already been a mess.
Right.
But it doesn't bother me that much.
Okay. And so, who are some players that you're looking out for in this draft league?
I'm just worried about how well Polar's going to perform cuz
Mhm.
I think Team Macca's is going to be they have a really solid roster,
Mhm.
and so I think if Polar's like really playing his heart out, I guess that could be like a really huge problem. I think another player is I think
Mhm.
Van is doing really good. He's been doing really well recently,
Mhm.
even though he took like a long break and just came back.
Right.
To be fair, he's always been like top 10
Mhm.
on like every season,
Mhm.
but still, it was kind of surprising. Oh yeah, and another nobody's gonna say this, but gimmicks. So JC, you know that
JC.
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't played in like years, or at least not to my knowledge, and somehow he's better than he used to be. I don't understand it, but he
Whoa.
did so freaking well against us in Wigpad, like what was it yesterday?
Mhm.
And like I was like, dang. So I
Mhm.
think that was one of the best picks. I saw him on the draft, but I was like, is he gonna play? So I just chose not to pick him.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was a mistake on my part not to pick him, I guess.
That's shocking to me. I didn't think JC was actually going to come back and play.
Yeah.
Well, and you've said the team that you're looking out for was Team Macaw, right? What
Yep.
what if but our roster is really top heavy. We have Paradigm, Polar, and Malt. But what if our two stars don't show up and now we're stuck? What's another team that you have your eye on?
I think. I mean, it's hard to say.
Mhm.
I think I overrated GTL right now.
Mhm.
I mean, wait, they changed their name, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a little yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I overrated them at the start. Um, I think Girth is actually going to do way better than I thought. Wait, what was
Mhm.
the original question? Who other than
Yeah, other
Team
than Team
Macaw?
Macaw, who are you looking out for?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really decide anymore between GTL, RMC, and Girth, but I think it's gonna be one of those three that wins it all, or
Okay.
us maybe, or
Okay.
Wigpad. But um, yeah, I mean, Girth really surprised me yesterday with their performance. They beat us 2-1,
Mm-hmm.
and RMC they could do really well on Suburbia, and that's about it, I think. So, I mean, they have really good firepower, balanced roster. It depends on how well Bounty and Corey and Tyokas do, right?
Right.
Like sometimes they can be a bit inconsistent.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then GTL, like as I said earlier, I think I overrated them a bit, but I thought they were gonna be like insane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like their team chem with like Roman, Nolan, and then Wally, like that's already insane. And then they traded Andre away for some reason. So I guess Um, I don't know why. I guess they don't like him as much. They don't like him as
They
much.
don't fuck with him anymore. No.
Yeah.
Well, you put up you put up a really good fight last tournament. Do you intend to do the same this tournament, or are you going to take a passive role for your team?
Uh. Well, I mean, I always am gonna try my best. I'm always gonna want to win. I don't know if my team thinks that I'm not trying, or if I'm like being too passive or something like that. But that's
Mm-hmm.
just how I am.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, I always want to do the best. I want my team to have fun and just dominate. And so it's not like I think my team's gonna lose or anything. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like I don't believe in them. In fact, it's kind of the opposite. I just want so badly for us to win, but the other guys are just really tough.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so you say you want to win. You have a lot of IGL power on your team. Do you think that that IGL power is going to give you the push you need? Because you have a lot of new players, new promising players at that. You have Nokia, you have Keanu, and you have Boxy. And then for your IGOs, you have Build if he needs to, but you have the main ones I'm looking at are Lemonhead and Sam, who can really just push their team to victory. Do you think that this IGO powers is what's going to really just push you over the edge to get that win?
Um, well, in our scrims, I'm noticing nobody's really filling that IGL role. So
Okay.
I really uh, think we need someone like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah, I think that could be the key to victory, though. Like if we did have someone like that
Mm-hmm.
to IGL, I mean, I guess I could do it.
Okay. And so and going back to the bigger picture, I want to talk about some X Factor players that you want to look out for. And like by X Factors, I mean Build, Paradigm, Carbon, Guru, Remster, Pulse Drop, Van, Quern. Like out of those players, who are the ones that you're really looking out for? And well, besides Build, because he's on your team, obviously. But like, who are you looking out for? Who are you telling your team, hey, we need to ban this map or we need to ban this game mode because this player is really good at it. He can dominate.
So we're definitely banning Control against Girth because they have a bunch of KDR players, and I didn't realize this until yesterday. We ran a Desert Control. Uh, yeah, we ran Desert Control, and they like absolutely stomped us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I think we're banning any kind of like TDM based modes against Pulse's team because they're just really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then RMC, we're definitely banning Suburbia just
Definitely.
because Quarren's there.
Mm-hmm.
And then GTL, I'm not sure really. They kind of like us are kind of like a generalist team.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Scalies, Scalies, I'm not too worried about. I guess could be Carbon can be good, but sometimes he can be bad, right?
Right.
So, um, in terms of like, yeah, that's basically it, honestly.
Okay. Okay. So you have a talent for scoping out talented players. Do you have any hidden talent on your team that you want to shed some light on?
Oh yeah, Nokia.
Hmm.
Nokia is definitely probably my best pick. Like not in terms of skill, but like he's like the most solid. I think bottom bottom part of our roster. He's like essential because he's like he can pretty much do anything. I mean, he's really good at like CQC too,
Hmm.
which I think is really important for like hard point and stuff like that
Right.
because he can hold things really well. And I think I'm really glad to have drafted him.
Good, good. And do you see any hidden talent on any other teams that you would have wished you picked up?
Other than JC, I
Hmm.
think um Tayok is doing really well recently.
He is. He is.
Um, let's see. I couldn't, unfortunately, like I really wanted Happy Pants, and I even
Hmm.
tried to trade for him, but they didn't let me have him.
They're really
And
holding on to that
then,
roster tight.
yeah, and then like I wanted, Bright Modern Colors.
Yeah, modern colors.
I wanted him as like my bottom roster like sub,
Hmm.
but yeah, they just took him, and I was like, no.
Hmm. Misty stealing players. He's poaching them.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier that you're an older gen player. I want to bring up our three different Q levels: Pro Q, Burger Q, and Fry Q. As an older gen player, do you see anything that maybe some of the newer players don't? And if they're watching this, do you see anything that some newer players do that, as an older gen, you can bring up to them and tell them, hey, you're doing this wrong? If they want to like succeed and maybe break into Pro Q.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I don't technically if I had the answer, I'd be there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing I see a lot with like I guess let's talk about like people who are below me. So like
Right.
jerk face level. I th- I mean, other than the setup limiting
Mm-hmm.
people of that caliber, I think also they're just kind of they need more experience, right? More game
Mm-hmm.
sense, and that's I think
Comes
that's
with
the only thing
time.
that I have actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it just play a lot, or at least like memorize call outs and stuff like that.
Right.
I think a lot of the times people get really good just by like being a helpful teammate,
Mm-hmm.
so they can just like give comms. Um, and then um, another thing is um, I mean something specific to being an old gen, I guess, would be stay alive more
Mm.
and
Okay.
like people these days, I guess that's kind of how the game plays now, where you have to like run things down and like take positions really fast.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you could also get a lot of value for your team just by staying alive at certain positions. But I guess that's kind of a trap too, because I don't think people every new gen should be like holding tank and then missing like suburbia, holding their tank and then like missing every shot onto the champ and then just dying to nades.
Right.
I
Right.
think they should be like they should hold positions that are like more aggressive but also hard to kill. So like holding, for example, their balcony or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's hard to die there technically. So I think yeah, just stay alive more and give comms basically.
Okay. Okay. You heard it here from an old gen first. So, Mister, I wanna ask this one important question. You're one of the most respected PF players. How did you get here? Nobody has qualms with you. Nobody seems to dislike you. How did you get to this point?
I think the most important thing for like fitting into a community like this is just keeping your head down,
Mm-hmm.
right? I've never pretended to be better than anyone else. Um, well, now that I say that, I bet people are gonna like try to,
They're gonna pull up the clips.
yeah, that kind of sounds arrogant by itself. But anyway, other than, I mean, the thing is, I just don't say much in the first place, and if I do, it's probably something nice. So
Mm-hmm.
I just, I think that's like good life advice. Just say, if you have anything to say, make sure it's a nice thing, I guess.
Okay. And who's been your favorite teammate to play with?
My favorite of all time.
Yeah, of all time.
Um, Probably Snag. You know Snag?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, he was my teammate on like Chaos and then another team before then. He was like he was like the Andre. Well, I guess Andre's also old now, but he was like
He's
the. Let's see, what kind of player was he? I guess he was like the. Who's the most aggressive player we have?
Pulse drop, probably.
He was kind of like Pulse, but he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wasn't like the number one player, but he was really pushing the boundaries of like aggression and like movement and like W keying.
Mm-hmm.
So he was always because back then people usually just sat in the back of their spawn with like an H bar and stuff like that.
Right.
And Snag was the one who was always running it down with the AS Val
Mm-hmm.
and really just winning every fight that he encountered,
Mm-hmm.
even if he was out in the open somehow. And I think he is just like one of the best players I've ever played with in terms of like enjoying the game,
Mm-hmm.
like me enjoying the game.
Right.
I'd also say maybe, I mean, technically I played with Oscar and Jedi and they were on my team.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jedi was also a good teammate. He always was like pretty uh humble. He didn't say much and he was just good at the game and just he showed up and then did his thing and then left, which
Mm.
I appreciated.
Right. Well, do you think? By the way, do you think we need more of that? People who just show up, do their thing, and go. Do you think there's too many egos in the PF chat nowadays?
No, I think it makes it more entertaining. We need people who are less like me and more like Sam.
Like Sam. Oh man. Okay. And for my last question, for my very last question, as a respected player, do you do you see people that do you see when you're so respected, right? Do you see people who you just wish you could give some advice to, or like what's some advice that you would give to somebody who just needs that like push, like Dakota? People hate Dakota. What's some advice that you would give to Dakota so that way people would just hate him a little less?
People hate him.
Well,
I
yeah.
mean, I know I said on my team like people hated him, but like, what do people actually hate him for?
They just think he's like annoying and annoying. They just think he's annoying, obnoxious. Like I can't say the R word on here, but you know which one I'm talking about. They don't like him.
Uh, well, that's kind of a hard question to answer because I can't really relate to hating anyone in this
Hmm.
community.
Right.
But I mean, I guess the way that I don't know. Why do you like me,
Um.
or why do you think I'm respected, or why do I give off that kind of aura?
Well,
Because
cause
I don't think I've
nobody.
ever done anything to be actually respected.
Well, nobody really has qualms against you. Like nobody's when your name's brought up, nobody's instantly like dreading like like when you join the chat when you're in PFMM, like nobody has anything negative to say about you. Like you could just say Dakota's name in general chat and people are like, I fucking hate that guy, or fuck him,
That's
or
true.
he's fucking annoying. Like nobody has that sense towards you, that sense of like aggression. So that's why I'm saying, like, what can you say to him to maybe lower that for other people?
Just don't talk to anyone ever.
Oh, well, okay. If that's the message he needs, maybe that's what he needs.
You
Thank
can talk
you.
to me though, Dakota.
Oh man. Thank you, Mr. Sophisticated, for joining the Conticast. Do you have anything to say do you have any last words to say?
Yeah. Whoever the next person is, pass this message on. Uh,
Uh-huh.
I'm just trying to make something up right now.
Okay.
You are cool. All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining. This is Continuum out.